Hey One Green Planet readers, my name is Heather. I'm from healthyveganrecipes.net, and today I'm here to show you how easy and fun it can be to make your own pesto. We're gonna make it really tasty and really nutritious thanks to this amazing green called arugula, which should be sprouting up in gardens and farmers markets near you. And I'm gonna show you how to make a really awesome dish out of this by combining it with some spaghetti squash and some cherry tomatoes and red peppers. But what we're gonna start with is working on the pesto. So we're gonna get all of our ingredients into some form of blender, food processor, something like that. All right, we're gonna start with some gorgeous young arugula that I have here. The younger the better. It's gonna have a nice soft flavor when it's young. I gave the measurement as a cup, but really whatever you can jam in there, I think would be awesome. Then next you're gonna put in some green onion, and this is fresh from my garden, which I'm really excited about. A couple little cloves of garlic, and then some lime for some flavor. Now what I'm gonna do is take the zest off of the lime, which is just the very outer skin. If you have a little tool like this called a zester, you can get the nice, very outer part. You can also use a microplane or just a plain zester. The important thing is that you don't want to go any further than the white stuff. That's where it gets bitter. Then you'll just cut the lime in half. I'm only going to use half in the pesto itself. The other half you could use in all kinds of different recipes, or you could just slice it up and put it in some water, and you've got a really great refreshing drink for your summer afternoon. All right, last ingredient into the mix are some walnuts that I toasted by just putting them in the oven for about 5–10 minutes. Just be careful, they will burn. They get to a point where they're toasted and then they get to burnt pretty quickly. So you'll probably need to add a little bit of water to get things going, but add as little as possible because then you can get a really nice thick pesto. And then the all-important taste test. Really good. I like to taste before I add salt because then I can see how much I might need to add. And these flavors are really going well together, so I don't think I need to add too much. I'm just gonna put in a little bit to bring them together and just enhance them a little bit. Perfect. Oh, and for those who like a little bit of cheesy flavor in their pesto, you can put some nutritional yeast in there if you want to. I'm gonna leave it out because I just want the fresh flavors of the arugula and the lime to come through. Okay, so then comes the fun part of figuring out what you're gonna do with your delicious pesto. What I am going to do is toss it with some spaghetti squash, and I've already cooked it. All I did was chop this guy in half and then rubbed some salt on there and put it in the oven at 350 for about half an hour. So spaghetti squash is a little bit different from other squashes because it doesn't get soft. What happens when it cooks is that it breaks into these spaghetti-like strands. So if you just scrape this out of your squash, you'll have a fun pasta-like vegetable that you can toss with your pesto. Because pasta is great, but it's always good to get more vegetables wherever you can. So this is an awesome way to do it. So check it out, it looks just like spaghetti tossed with pesto, right? All right, then what I'm gonna do is top it off with some cherry tomatoes and red peppers. I've put these in the oven for just a few minutes to soften up a little bit. That's totally optional. If you want to have them raw, it's so delicious as well. And then I've got some fresh chives from the garden. You can also do green onion on top here. And to finish it off totally perfectly, some walnuts. I'm just going to crush them with my hand to give a little crunch to our dish. All right guys, there you go. Really easy to make arugula pesto that is so flavorful. You can use it in a ton of different ways. I've just shown you how to toss it with spaghetti squash and top it off with some fresh, delicious vegetables. This is great as a meal on its own, or you could have it as a side with a veggie burger or something like that. It's really tasty, guys. You should give it a try. So you'll find lots more recipes for arugula this month on One Green Planet, and you can always come visit me at healthyveganrecipes.net.